Hi guys!
What's up?
Welcome back to Y'all Hearing This. I'm Kay. Yes. Thank you so much for coming back.
My name is Honeybee, or you can call me B, whichever you choose.
That's right.
Yeah.
And welcome back to K-Pop Fridays.
Yeah.
So we are going down further the BTS rabbit hole this week.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we did do Stray Kids last week, which I know you really like. So I'm excited to show you. We are bringing it all the way back to the beginning with BTS this week.
Oh my god.
We're going to watch their very first video ever.
Oh my god.
And then another one that's not quite their second, but it's with
Wait, let me take a sip of water.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Let's do this.
Now, before we get into it, there's one thing I wanted to kind of bring up.
Okay.
So, when they first started, they were a hip-hop group.
Okay.
And they were marketed as such. That's kind of how they came together. That was the idea. And then kind of as the different members, kind of brought more to the table, they kind of opened up and did a bunch of kind of different genres within it. But one thing I will say when we watch it is that obviously rap and hip hop is something that's open to every race, every color, but as you watch these, where does cultural Black appropriation come in?
Ooh.
Yeah, because on these,
I never thought about that.
On these. I'm gonna have you watch.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you watch. We're gonna watch these two videos, and then we can talk about it afterwards. I found a couple articles.
Okay.
From.
Should I watch both videos back to back and then comment, or should I watch one comment, watch another comment?
I say we both watch both, and then we'll talk about it after.
I'm here for that.
All right, guys. So let's get into this. So we're gonna watch No More Dream. Oh, and this one, I wasn't able. So the what's the word I'm looking for? The original video do not have English subtitles, so I did find ones that have it. So it has the Hangul up top, the romanization, and then the English at the bottom. Because I do feel like it's important to have the lyrics up too. Okay. The subtitles, I should say. So for these, like I was saying, this is their very first. So the lyrics were written when they were 15, 16, 17. So it's not quite the more kind of mature themes, that kind of get explored later in ones that I have shown you. So it is very high school. It is, I mean, because they were in high school, Right. So anyway, just fair warning.
Okay.
Just so you're aware. All right. I don't know if you're ready.
All right. Let me see.
Let's start.
Oh God.
Can you hear?
I can hear. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to check before we started.
No.
Look at RM's hair.
It's the perfectly stacked boxes that you just turned into.
With a school bus.
Wouldn't you even know that? Right. And aren't you a teenager? Like, how are you driving right now? Whooping everybody. This is such a teenager video. Like, it's the wait.
Bulls jersey.
I'm dying because you pull in, and there's people riding bikes as a random half bike in the middle of a neighborhood.
Yep.
How? Okay.
Yep. But I like the song.
Yeah.
The song on the radio was like. And you do hear, obviously, all the rappers rap, but, even Jungkook gets raps in this, too. So it's cool. It's cool to hear all of them.
Which is, is that kind of out of, now, in this day and age, that's kind of out of his, is that kind of out of his comfort zone now?
Well, no, he loves to do it, but I think he's obviously has such a beautiful singing voice. That
Yeah. So he does more singing now. Okay.
Yeah. Look how little. Like tiny. Although V looks almost exactly the same. You could literally put him in these clothes today and he'd look like this. Oh, Hobie. Oh, the eyeliner.
I'm looking at the eyeliner it is giving me...
So that's a rap. He's a good rapper.
Yeah. Go Kate. Okay. That beat's fire.
Yeah. Like, it's a very fun song. But yeah, the video is very funny.
I know, like, the beat does kind of remind me, too, of, like, 2013. Like, it's perfect for that time period. But the video, I'm dying. Like, this is the typical teenager video. It's like having your friends, you're partying, you're taking over the neighborhood, creating havoc, while all wearing matching outfits. Like, I live. Oh, I like his chain. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, I need that. What is all that?
Jin, I'm sorry, but you're never gonna be hard. You just aren't. You just aren't. I love you. I think I know too much about them now.
That's why.
It makes it even funnier. Because if you just came out with this, you have no idea who they are, you know?
I'm living for the Cyclops shades because I have a pair of those. I live. I mean, mine were $5. His were probably thousands, but like.
Right. Well, at this point, I don't know. Here we go, around the other way. I shake my finger.
Let that be my son at that.
Right.
You better be careful. There's still R. Kelly's in this world. Lifting that shirt up.
I mean, they're all great dancers, and I mean, like I said, I like the song. It's just a funny video to me.
It is a funny video, like it really is. Like I'm over here, like wow.
But I mean, I'm sorry, you can tell those chains are very fake. They didn't have the money for real shit back then, you know. An RM, why for that hair? Why for that hair? They're so hard, they're running from the
It's a mess!
Yeah.
Like one helicopter's gonna take away the whole cul-de-sac. Like, oh! Okay.
Yeah, so that was No More Dream.
Okay.
Like I said, very first video.
Okay.
So, again, very high school.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, the video itself, the lyrics and everything.
Yeah.
But the song, a bop.
Right,
yeah?
right. Yeah. I agree. Like I thought that the song, like the beat and everything, it reminded me, I'm weird, like I associate sounds, like when I see the year it came out, I think about songs that also came out that year, and I'm like, okay, that goes with that year. Like, so listening to that sounds very 2013, but it's still a bop. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
All right, so now we're going to go to N.O. So this one it's a little, like I said, it's not quite like their second one. And the video production is a little bit more, there's more of a story to it. It's kind of like a dystopian future kind of thing. But anyway, and same thing with this one. The official video did not have English subs, so I did find one that did. But I will link, sorry, I said this before. I'll link both these ones that we're watching, and I'll link the official ones down below, because we definitely want everyone to go to the official pages, like, and support the artist. So, but anyway, let's get into it. N.O. And this one you'll see too, like, it is hip-hop heavy, but there is a little bit more growth in their sound. Okay. I think this is like their next album. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys. So much eyeliner.
I know.
All of it. But I love it. I love it.
The skin is flawless.
I know. I mean, there's makeup happening, but...
Right, but still. Makeup can only do so much. No shade towards any other artists out there, or anybody, period. But makeup only does so much. You gotta have the skin. Yeah. Wow. Oh wow. Okay.
Yoongi with the fur.
The outfit.
Yeah.
삶들을 살며 1등을 강요하는 학생 꿈과 현실 사이에 이중 간첩 우리 공부하는 기계로 만들고 누구 1등이 아니면 나고로 구분 쉽게 만든 건 틀에 같은 건 어른이란 걸 쉽게 쓰고 할 수밖에 단순하게 생각해도 야구 강시간에 친한 친구도 밟고 올라서게 만든 게 누구라 생각해 어른들은 내게 말하지 힘든 건 지금뿐이라고 조금만 참으라고 나중에 하라고
You can see them more singing than this one. So Cook's starting a revolution.
Create some problems.
Right.
Oh. Let me find out these singers go over and just take down the freaking police.
Right. You can lift your shirt a little further. A little further up. I'm sorry, doesn't this remind you of... Oh, never mind. You haven't actually seen Grease, so never mind. It's a little beauty school dropout. Again, Jin. I love you. Not hard. Never. It's not gonna happen. It's funny. I don't think I've seen this since the Eternals came out. Have you seen the Eternals?
Yeah.
All I can think is like the
hands. I was looking at that and I was like, why does that look familiar? I was about to say out of the Mummy or the Endgame. Yes, it is very much the Eternals.
I do love their dance, right?
It's the serious look with the eyeliner for me.
Yep. Oh, they're beating all them up. Although it is funny, Jimin and Jungkook are both black belts.
I live.
In various things.
Everybody say no.
They beat them just by the power of the dancing.
Oh!
The power of the dancing.
I'm gonna do a spin, and that's gonna end your life.
That's right. Okay. So take a minute and process
Okay.
what you just saw.
Okay. I'm gonna let you read this article, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna give you my 2 cents.
Yeah, so I will start off by saying I'm not trying to be a gatekeeper because this is not my...
I get it. Yep.
But I did want to bring it up because, like...
It is a really good question.
It made me feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
Watching those.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it made me think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been known to happen in the past. So I found a couple of articles, and this is kind of, especially during the Black Lives Matter movement,
Yep.
The George Floyd, you know, everything that was happening kind of then.
Breonna Taylor.
Exactly,
Yep.
yeah. And so these kind of articles started, like, popping up during it, and it was something I wasn't paying attention to at the time, but I did look for it because I was like, I wonder kind of what's been said. Now, these do not specifically talk about BTS, and as far as I know, BTS has never, like, come out and said anything. They have come out and said, you know, obviously that there's styles and everything has kind of grown since then. And you can tell, especially all the rappers, they really love rap and hip hop and obviously were influenced by Black artists, you know?
Of course.
So anyway, I'm not trying to, like, be down on BTS in general.
Right.
I just kind of...
It's like opening, it's just bringing up. Yes. Because it is something that I, as a Black person, I didn't think about it until someone pointed it out. And whether it's just systematically how we've been trained as, you know, a community to just accept it and that's it. Whereas now, since 2020, now people are being more vocal and they're saying, no, that's not okay. I'm not going to be complacent. I'm not going to just be like, oh, this is normal or this is okay, because it's not, you know what I mean? So, but it just innately, when I watched it before, like just any sort of K-pop video or, you know, I didn't think about Black appropriation, Black culture, like culture vultures. I didn't think about any of that. Like, I was just thinking about the music.
And I mean, and I don't mean that, like, every single person who wears a fucking bandana or like a chain or whatever. Like, that is not what I'm saying. And again, not a gatekeeper. This is not my decision to make. Or like,
but
whatever.
It's more about the sounds, the styles. Like, it's just, I get it. I get why somebody would question it. And in this day and age, because now people are, like I was saying, being more vocal about it. So, I get it.
Reading this, so this one is, I'll read just a little snippets of it.
Okay.
On Tuesday, June 2nd, this came from a Guardian article written July 20th, 2020. Grammy Award-winning songwriter and music artist Tiffany Red returned home from a trip to a local mall where she had encountered the National Guard armed with large rifles, an experience that left Red traumatized. Exactly 1 week before George Floyd had been killed. Tuesday, June 2nd was also Blackout Tuesday, a global social media moment that grew out of the music industry as the show must be paused. Still processing her experience at the mall earlier that day, Red opened her inbox to find a message from her South Korean music publisher, Echo Music Rights, regarding a $66 payment for a song she had written for one of K-pop's most popular groups, NCT Dream. A straightforward business transaction with zero acknowledgement of what Red, a Black American woman, may have been going through given the news cycle then. So she had worked with artists such as Zendaya, Jennifer Hudson, Jason Derulo. This was the final straw.
Shout out to Tiffany Red. She's really, really dope. She's super nice.
She had already decided to stop writing K-pop music because she felt she was poorly compensated, but Echo's aloofness spoke to a continued concern she harbored about the industry at large, that despite K-pop's reliance on Black music and culture, the industry didn't actually support Black lives. Even today, a striking number of their hits are written and produced by Black Americans, and a significant percentage of K-pop fans in the U.S. are Black. And so I thought that was interesting, because I do have to say, watching like reaction videos, there are a very, and I didn't really like, it didn't even come into my head until I read this article.
Right, because again, we just look at them as people, the fans, but it's like you don't watch a video and think like, oh, this person's Black or this person's white, you know what I mean? You just watch it just to watch it.
Yeah.
So it's actually interesting.
Like, whose reaction do you
right?
Yeah.
So it's interesting to hear that, now when you actually think back on it, you're like, oh shit.
There's quite a few.
That's dope. That's dope.
People that are like big fans and stuff. And so I thought it was interesting to bring up. And they go, so within K-pop, blackface, mouthing, or saying racial slurs, and purely aesthetic uses of Black culture and hairstyles are still common. And again, I'm going to say, as far as I know, BTS has never, ever used racial slurs or done blackface.
Right.
But within the videos that we just saw, obviously they do.
Yeah.
They were using the aesthetics.
Sure. The aesthetics for sure. I was going to say, that was the one thing that I noticed out of all of it, was the simple fact that I think it was Sugar with the red hair in the No video, with the bandana, and that is something that is very, very West Coast, that whole style, that the bandana, that is very West Coast, Compton, that's very Watts, that's very, that's also very East Coast, that's very Brooklyn, that's very cool, there's just that part for me, in the big gold chains, you could have done anything. You could have done a little simple silver chain. You could have done diamonds. There was one part in the first video, where the No More Dream video, where he had the spiked necklace on. You could have just did that, but it was
that's Honeybee,
you guys are rapping, and not only are you rapping, you're rapping to a hip hop beat that's very edgy, very hard. And then on top of that, in the first video, you're wearing black bandana matching outfits. Now, I'm not dissing them. I'm not talking bad about them at all. I'm just saying, from my perspective as a Black person, I could see why Black people would feel wait a minute. Like, you know what I mean? In this day and age now. Because again, like I was saying earlier, maybe it's because we've just become so accustomed to it or whatever, but like most African Americans, Black people, people of color, like when you see something like that, you might in the back of your mind be like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, but you don't feel like you have the right to say anything, or you just feel like you can't say anything because you're just so used to like, you know, let me not start no problem. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like you just watch it and you're just like,
I feel like.
But now I'm like.
I feel like it would be like a Black person or a white person, anybody dressing up in like a ninja outfit or like their hanbok or like, do you know what I mean? Like.
Point blank period.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like it kind of goes both ways, of course.
Right.
And yeah, anyway, I just wanted to bring this up as like a food for thought, like and just kind of again, I am not dissing BTS. I am not like they.
And 9 out of 10 times, these artists that are doing that. I mean, first of all, they were super young in the first one, so honestly, if anything, it should have been on.
How much was the company? And we don't know how much was them and that. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though, too. Like, regardless if it's them, like, I mean, at that point in their age, it couldn't have been them because it's like they're teenagers. Like, regardless of how, you know what I'm saying, anybody looks at it, the record label should have known better.
And they were also looking at videos and seeing what other people were doing and thinking, like, that's what I want to do and that's who I want to be and that's how I want to sound.
Not realizing that the other people might have been part of the problem. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's not them. It's not saying that BTS did this on purpose. It's not saying that anybody, but it's just saying that it is problematic. And I think what Tiffany is trying to basically put out there is like, hey, first of all, songwriters don't get the compensation that they should get in general. So I think what she's trying to say is like, listen, if you are going to, you know, express your love for Black culture or R&B, music, hip hop, the culture in general, at least compensate the people that are contributing to that are, let's say, well, first of all, make sure you give credit. Yeah. Number one. But number two, you know what I mean? Yeah. But number two, I think her biggest thing in making this be brought to light is the simple fact that a lot of these K-pop songs that are this hard-hitting are written or produced by Black artists. Like, there's another artist from Atlanta, his name is TC, and TC has written music for Brandy, Tamar Braxton, Toni Braxton, but everybody. He has made music for everybody. And he has done a lot of work more recently, all on Korean artists. And he does all R&B, hip-hop, like soul music. Yeah. And it's like... Yeah. You know
and it's
I mean?
Absolutely fine. Like, if you love a type of music, you love a type of music. And like I said, it's a universal... Music is a universal language, and I feel like it's so cool when different people and different cultures bring their own spin on things and whatever. But yeah, I think, I guess that's where I was kind of interested in talking about is like, where does that line draw? Yeah. Because there's obvious lines like blackface. There's obvious lines like words. You know, there's obvious lines, things like that. So,
and that's the thing with that specifically the second video, I'm like, ooh, was there a line cross with Sugar's outfit? Yeah. Was there a line cross that all of them were wearing big gold chains, which again is a statement of Black culture and hip hop, well, specifically hip hop culture.
I know, it's surprised there wasn't a big clock on one of them.
Right, you know what I mean? And it's again, it's not saying that they were making fun of the culture. It's not saying that it's not negative in that aspect. It's more so the awareness. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And was that line crossed?
Food for thought. Like when you guys are watching the video, like, do you ever think like, oh,
right? Yeah. Not to say you don't like them, or that you hate them, but like, ooh, like, I wouldn't have done that. Ooh, that's a little uncomfortable, or ooh, that's. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you can't change it now because I mean, this is like,
of course.
you know what I mean? All you can do is just make better choices.
And I mean, they were very vocal about their Black Lives Matter support, you know, and so I do feel as far as I know, again, who am I? I don't know them personally or anything, but you know, anyway.
I will say as a Black person, I personally don't feel that they were culture vulturing or anything like that. You know, I think
maybe questionable choices.
Questionable choices, yes, of course. Yeah, there was definitely questionable choices.
Yeah.
But again, I think that also comes down to not necessarily them. Yeah. I think it comes down to their team behind them, especially when they're that young. I think that, you know, teenagers are really, you know, what's the word that I'm looking for?
Impressionable?
Yes. Teenagers are very impressionable. And I think that it should have been, you know, the higher ups and the adults in that situation. They should have realized, ooh, that outfit might not be it. Or that word or line might not be it. And they didn't do that. So I don't think it's them. I will say I was not offended. I was more so like,
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I have questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really good food for thought question. And I think that, you know, from this point forward, the more that you watch K-pop and get into it, it's like, you know, think about that. And think about also, too, when you look into these groups, are they giving credit to these to these, you know, POC and Black community,
and even the group I mentioned,
it
may not be the group, it may be the companies, because there are some very large companies that are, including Big Hit now.
Yeah.
But
it's crazy.
Have faced issues in the past. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope that gave you guys some food for thought. Like
and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Like definitely let us know. You know what I mean? And again, it's nothing but love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all love. We just like to be able to have that conversation that some of us might be thinking, you know what I mean? And it's good to just kind of get it out there, talk about it, and then just let that go.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I think that, you know, it's a really good topic, and I think it's really something that we should think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, thank you guys so much for joining.
Yeah.
Please let us know other stuff to react to in the comments. Because literally I know BTS and Stray Kids and that's it. So we need some other...
We gotta do Blackpink.
Yeah, I know. But like what songs?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yes. Let us know.
Like I've kind of heard names, but not really.
Right. We gotta get into it.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for all of your support. We really love you so much, and we will see you next week.